Hey, what's up, guys? I just got out of the theater from Toy Story 4, and I'm having a really busy couple of weeks. I'm leaving for camp tomorrow, so this could be my last video before I leave, and then after that, I'm gonna go on vacation for a week, and then right after that will be when Far From Home comes out. So that's when, so I'll do that review when I get back, and then, so I'm gonna be gone for a couple of weeks. So this could be my last video for then. I might make a Dark Phoenix review because I'm seeing it later today. I know, double feature. But yeah, so this will be my Toy Story 4 review. I love the first three Toy Story movies, so you can see I figured about this one. Then one last thing, this will be mostly spoiler free. There'll be a part where I'll give a spoiler warning and I can tell you to skip to a certain part, like I did my Detective Pikachu review. So if you haven't seen the movie, just skip. So now let's move on to the good. So I feel like Toy Story 3 really ended Toy Story really well, so I was kind of nervous making another Toy Story movie, how it would work. But just starting in the movie, you're not really thinking about it. You're just enjoying the movie, and I feel like it's a great continuation because the first three were all about like Andy's. It was all about like Andy's story with his toys, but that doesn't mean the Toy Story are over. You can still continue them with Bonnie, of course, and you can get. And when the overall thing was over, some characters' arcs weren't done yet, so you get to continue that. And then I feel like it's kind of like with Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame was like the end of what has all been leading up to it, like Toy Story 3 was, but that doesn't mean they have to stop making MCU movies. They can still continue focusing on different stuff, and I feel like that's what this does. So, and I thought it did a really good job at it. Also, it had all the new characters were great. You got Forky, who just was hilarious and stole scenes, and he's just like awesome. He's just really hilarious and stuff. And then you got Duke Kaboom. Keanu Reeves voices him, of course, and then he's just great. And then you got he steals all the scenes he's in. And then you got Ducky and Bunny, who steal all the scenes they're in, are hilarious. And then you also got Giggle McDimples. She's not. I didn't love her as much as the others, but she's still a pretty good addition. It also does a good job of continuing the themes from Toy Story 3 into this movie about growing up, and you see Woody has a different role with Bonnie than he does with Andy. It makes sense. And then also Bo comes in and rivals Woody's ideals with her own, and the way it plays out, I feel like makes sense and works. And then also Buzz Lightyear. He was always my favorite as a kid, and he's great in this. I love the inner voice thing. That was just awesome. And then the animation was just amazing. Like the first scene of the movie, it's like raining and stuff, and it looked so realistic. And throughout all the stuff, it's just so far. You can totally see how far they come from this movie to Toy Story, and it's amazing. So now it's time to talk about the mixed. And some of the old characters from like the first ones aren't really in it that much, like Mr. Potato Head, Ham, like the Rex, those people, they're not in it that much because of the story, and it makes sense because they want to give screen time to the new characters, and there's just too many characters to give it all. So I feel like if you like those, you might be a little disappointed, but it's not like they don't have funny lines. Like I can think of some funny lines that they all say, so it's not really that. And I also feel like there's one character though, Jessie, who was a big part of 2 and 3, and then this one, she gets more sidelined. Where it kind of makes sense while more of the side characters do. I feel like Jessie should have done a little more, or kind of gone on the adventure, because the only characters from it that go on the main adventure are Buzz and Woody, and I feel like they should add a Jessie somehow. And also, I feel like there's a couple loose ends. So if they don't make I don't know if they will make a Toy Story 5. I'd be fine with it within, like, if you just wait, like, I don't think it needs to be, like, another 9 years like this. Maybe it could be, I'd be fine with it. I don't think they need to rush. I'm not expecting one in the next 2 or 3 years. I wouldn't really want them to just rush it out. But I feel like if they could get a good story for Toy Story 5, I think would be fine with it. Without, there would be a couple loose ends. So yeah. So I don't really have anything that I can just think of as bad for the movie. This is where I normally do the bad thing. Except maybe some stuff with, like, the spoilery stuff. I just got in the theater, like, just a couple minutes ago, so I haven't really put all my thoughts of how I think of all the spoiler stuff. So it could be. So I'm just gonna move on and talk about the spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, there should be you should be able to click, I don't know, either here, well, not click. You should be able to see a time either here or here, and skip to that time now. Okay, so spoilers. So of course the ending was, like, that was like one thing I kind of expected they might do, but I didn't fully know. But as the movie is going on, I'm like, are they gonna do that? And they did do that. So of course Woody goes with Bo Peep, and Buzz, like, goes with the rest of the gang, go back to Bonnie. And they kind of set it up so that makes sense. Woody isn't really, it makes sense why Woody isn't important to Bonnie. He's just like a guy toy. It makes sense why she'd prefer Jessie. So that's why I wish you would have seen more of Jessie, because I would have liked to see more of Woody and Jessie's relationship as this, like when she pulls off the sheriff and puts it on Jessie. That wasn't as big because you didn't really spend as much time with Jessie. So it makes sense with the story of how Woody won't be as born, that he would go become a lost toy and help and go with Bo Peep. And I feel like, yeah, so I liked that, maybe. It worked. I just don't know my personal thoughts yet. And then, yeah, the one thing I didn't like about the ending is that Ducky and Bunny don't get an owner, and that's what they've wanted an owner, and then just kind of forget about it at the end. That's the thing I didn't like. And then it's kind of like Buzz and Woody are splitting up. So, like, I feel like it's kind of like, it makes sense, but it's also just kind of sad, like, that they gotta go their separate ways. And if they do make a Toy Story 5, I hope that they somehow meet, because if not, I wouldn't really like that. But if they do, then I'd be satisfied. So with all the spoilery stuff, I'm kind of don't have my full thoughts on it. I might do like maybe rank all the Toy Story movies eventually, or all Pixar even, and then I can talk more about it when I get my thoughts finalized. But that's basically my thoughts just coming out of the movie about it. So now it's time to give my final score. And just coming out of it, I think I gotta give it a 9 out of 10 in quality, and 9 out of 10 on entertainment, because it was very entertaining and was very good. So I definitely recommend seeing it. It's really interesting because my family, who I went to see it, all had very strong thoughts about how some of them liked it more than others, but my brother very much did not like it, and I really see that. I don't know how you could not like this movie, but you may not, but I loved it. I thought it was really good. So yeah, I'd say check it out. Please comment down below if you like the movie, or if you haven't seen it, if you're excited about it, and please like and subscribe this video. and I'll see you next time.